Hello everybody, welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer. I've got the gangs all here today. Mouse, Mercury, Yasmin. It's awesome. It's an awesome time. Before I forget and before I get into, some of the astrology of everything that's going down in May, I want to remind you that I will be reading from 2 card decks for advice cards for numerology. One is the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, and the other one is Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Fantastic cards. These are so awesome that I actually read from the book. They're so good. Yeah. So, let's get into May. Are you ready for this? Let me tell you, it's been an interesting April for me personally, but I'm just putting my office back together so that I can record this video after taking it completely apart because my husband was putting up light fixtures and a ceiling fan, which is fantastic, but still can't put up the light fixtures. That's a long story. But everything is not completely put back together because after I took everything apart, I was like, I think I really want to rearrange this. I am not currently my husband's favorite person. But that's okay, right? It's just, there was some things that I just wanted to change up. Venus and Mercury were direct, so I thought, whatever. But yeah, I made a huge mess. Huge mess that I'll be cleaning up forever. But I do like tidying up. I do like putting things in their place. So that's what May looks like for me, to be honest with you. But May for all of us, this is fun. It is. It's a good time. So we really start off May with May the 4th be with you on May the 4th. I am a Star Wars fan. I think we've met, right? Also, Pluto goes retrograde on May the 4th and is retrograde until October 13th. On the 5th, of course, we're all celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Love that. On the 10th, Mercury moves into Taurus. Mercury's really moving around a lot this month. We start out the month with Mercury in Aries. Mercury is moving into Taurus on the 10th, and there's another shift yet coming for Mercury. On the 11th, we have the U.S. Mother's Day. On the 12th, we have the full moon in Scorpio that hits its peak at 12:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 20th, we have the sun moving into Gemini. On the 24th, we have Saturn moving into Aries. And really, we're seeing a lot more of the party is in Aries during this period of time. For the past couple of months, the party has definitely been in Pisces, but now we're seeing everything shift over to Aries. Oh, yeah. On the 25th, here's Mercury's next shift. Mercury moves into Gemini on the 25th. On the 26th, we have a new moon in Gemini that hits its peak at 11:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's also Memorial Day in the U.S. Yeah. So again, just loving this. Loving that the party has moved from Pisces to Aries. Let's keep things going, keep things up, right? So we end the month with 4 planets in fire, 4 planets, including the sun, in air, 2 planets, well, that's including South Node, which is technically not a planet, in Earth, and only North Node in water. So we've got North Node in Pisces, we've got South Node in Virgo, and Uranus in Taurus. So there's your Earth and water. In air, we have Aquarius, Aquarius is hosting Pluto, which is retrograde. And then we have Jupiter, Mercury, and the sun in Gemini. For our fire people, we have Mars in Leo, and we have Saturn, Neptune, and Venus in Aries. So Saturn's going to be in Aries for a couple of years, and Neptune's going to be there for the next 14. Well, okay, these guys are going to retrograde back into Pisces for a minute, but they are going to be Aries is going to be their home. They're just going to step back, check out Pisces for another minute before they keep going forwards. I know, later this year, because I think Neptune doesn't go retrograde until June, July, maybe July or into June. I'll have to look it up. But, you know, we're getting closer to July every day. I'm so much fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the crystal of the month that I have chosen. So the crystal of the month is technically not a crystal, it's amber. And amber is a fossilized tree resin, typically like honey yellow or orange, but it also can be white, red, blue, green, or black. And blue is the most rare. Now, I am wearing my amber necklace. This has like several different colors in it. This is technically black. Here's the more red. This is the like honey orange color. And this, I believe, is considered the white. I don't think it's considered the green. But, some of you crystal lovers, you can correct me on this. That's fine with me. Please correct me when I'm wrong. So I've got several specimens here. I've got raw, polished, zebra, a zebra amber. I even have like an amber with like, I do believe that this was kind of put here, but it's so gorgeous. I had to show it to you. It is a moth in amber. Love it. So I do have that as an example. I think amber is so fantastic because it cleanses and absorbs negative energy, which makes it fantastic for Reiki healers, for Reiki practitioners, because it keeps them from, it keeps the practitioner from absorbing the energy that they are clearing off of their clients. It's fantastic. So amber does absorb negative energy. It's supposed to help stimulate the body's natural healing process. Ancient times, or even just metaphysical people, spiritual people, believe that amber draws disease from the body, and it also helps absorb pain. Fantastic. This is a wonderful crystal for protection. It is associated with the solar plexus chakra, which is my favorite. But it can also work with the sacral. So, I mean, think about the sacral chakra as more like the orange color, and the solar plexus is that vibrant, bright yellow. And I definitely 100%. I use this for solar plexus work because solar plexus chakra is my favorite, but it also works well with the sacral chakra. And confidence. It symbolizes promises, wisdom, courage, purity. It awakens joy, energy, and motivation. It assists with depression and grief and seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, so it's fantastic. It has been used as an ancient manifestation tool. I'm going to say this right. An ancient manifestation tool to help you obtain your goals when you are really using it like intentionally. When you're really focused on it and you're using it intentionally and working with this stone. Stone, resin, crystal, you know what I'm trying to say. Historically, now I love this. All right. Historically, this was given to babies to help with teething. I've seen them tons, like on kids now. They're teething necklaces, but they're made of amber. They're amber beads. I love that. It was used to ward off the Black Death. Very interesting. And the ancient Chinese believed that when tigers died, its spirit became amber, and they nicknamed it the soul of the tiger. I just felt like we needed that. Going into May, I don't feel like Pluto being retrograde is like, completely horrible. I don't feel like any retrogrades are completely horrible. However, that Venus and Mercury retrograde combo that we had at the end of March and the beginning of April, that was unpleasant. So I don't know what it was like for the rest of you, but that was unpleasant for me. So I'm not like terribly upset about this Pluto retrograde, but I think that we need a little bit of like oof back in like our lives. I feel like this is a good time because we've got a lot of fire energy where we haven't had in a while. Like a lot of stuff has been in water for the past few months. And now we're moving into May where we have all of this energy in fire. And I think this is going to be great to sort of stimulate us, like help us just like jump in and move ahead. You still need to stop and think, okay? You still need to stop and think before you act. But this is a wonderful crystal, like to help us with our courage and our self-confidence. Because again, my favorite chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is personal power, inner strength, and intuition. That's a synopsis. That's not all of it, but that's the synopsis of it. And I think that using this stone to really help us with our solar plexus chakra, what is wrong with me today, is like wonderful. And it's a great crystal for us to take into May with us. Yeah, into this into this month of change. Let's do it. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay, as I'm sitting here telling you all this stuff about this wonderful, like fossilized tree resin, I haven't actually shown it to you yet. So let me get my notes out of the way, and so that I can show you exactly what this lovely, lovely stone looks like. Okay, lots of different ones here, okay? So first, these are the raw ones that I have. Quite lovely. I do like them. They're so lovely. And then when you break, and I did actually break one. When you break the raw ones, you can still see that on the inside, it's polished. See? Like it's really polished on the inside. By the way, these are very, very lightweight. Very lightweight. Because I thought this necklace was fake for like, I don't know, the first few months I had it. And I said something about it being fake until the man that my mom had gotten it from, that she had bought it from, and he was like, that's not fake. And I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, just gorgeous. Okay, so here's some that's like more polished. And I have to give a shout out to this lovely, lovely lady at Heart, Soul, and Art here in Georgia. It's actually in Marietta. It's a metaphysical store not far from me. And this girl, her name was Jennifer. She helped me to pick these stones out. She was quite helpful. She was awesome. So these are the polished ones. This is so beautiful. This is what she introduced me to. This is a zebra. This is a zebra piece of amber. And they had so many different ones of these in the store. It was so lovely. I was like, I'm going to have to get some of those for my booth. That was awesome. Here's some of my my pieces that I'm actually getting ready to do a little project with. So isn't that a gorgeous piece of amber? So they really do come in like all shapes and sizes and like colors. This is a fantastic example of it. And then again, this, and I have this on my altar. I love this. This is so beautiful, so beautiful. All right, so there's your amber. There is your crystal of the month. So now we can sit back and go, all right, what does May have for your individual numerology? Hello, Life Path 3. All right, May. I think this is going to be an interesting month for you because May is an 8 month. Ooh, we just got out of an 8 year. 2024 was an 8 year. It was a 44 8 year. And I think that this could be a good look. It really could. So with the 8, we're looking at abundance, right? When you turn an 8 over on its side, it's the infinity symbol. It just keeps going and going and going. It's a lot of abundance. This is understanding that there's an infinite supply. There's an infinite supply of creativity. There's an infinite supply of money. There's an infinite supply of attention. What is it that you need? Because there's an infinite supply, really. And every other person on the planet is getting attention with social media these days. Am I right? I mean, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, right? So there's a lot here that you can absorb. Inspiration, power. It's a fantastic time. This is really a great time of manifesting. It truly is Life Path 3. I mean, this is a time of service. It's a time to see the best in others. And I think that this is also a time of reaping what you sown. So if you've been putting out good energy, if you've been putting out good seeds, you're going to get some good fruit back. You really are. It's looking good. It is. The mantra of the 8 is I embrace the power within me while honoring the divinity in others. That's awesome. It is. So you can set an example of self-empowerment during this time. And now I don't like to throw that word around a lot. I know that's a really like a healing, a spiritual catchphrase these days is self-empowerment. But the thing about it is when you are setting an example of self-empowerment, that means that you've been through some stuff. That means you've been through some heavy stuff, some heavy crap, and you have pulled yourself up by the bootstraps and you've done it all by yourself. It's possible. It's 100% possible. A lot of people have done it. A lot of people like understand and experience it. But I always look at people that are setting that example of self-empowerment. They're teaching other people to be self-empowering. And I'm like, oh yeah, you've been through it. And it makes me, I don't want to say feel pity. It makes me feel proud of them for what they've accomplished. It is. But you can show people how to do this because you have been through some stuff, haven't you, 3? Yeah. The lesson of the 8 is to lead with compassion for others and not from the ego. And that comes from the abundance of like power, the abundance of inspiration, again, and just being like, I really want everybody to do it this way. Not necessarily here, Life Path 3. You need to let everybody do it their way. You're just giving them some guidance. You're just giving them the outline, the Cliff's Notes, if you will. Yeah. The shadow side of an 8 is taking on extra responsibility, feeling responsible for other people's choices, trying to fix other people. It sounds like dating, doesn't it? Yeah. Trying to fix other people and an attachment to the material and leading with the ego. That ego it's not going to help you out any. A healthy ego is a good thing to have, but an unhealthy ego, when we take it too far, yeah, it's like alcohol. That 2 extra shots of tequila that you took that turned things for the worse. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So let me just remind you of some of your stuff here, Life Path 3. The mantra of the 3 is I am creativity and vibrant expression, sharing my authentic voice freely. Now, if you can't speak your truth, if you can't be honest with everyone around you, things are going to get weird. Things are going to get really weird really quick, to quote Kathleen Madigan. But you're so artistic and you're so creative, you're so imaginative that it just brings a lot of happiness into your life. You're so cheerful with it. So when you're communicating your thoughts and your emotions and you're speaking your truth freely, you're usually not doing it as like the Debbie Downer. Not usually. I mean, we all have our moments, but you're not usually doing it as the Debbie Downer. You are all about expression. Self-expression. How do you need to express yourself? Through art, through music, through speaking, through writing. And you encourage everyone. How do you want to express yourself? That's setting an example of self-empowerment right there. And it's something that comes naturally to you. It really is. This is truly this is a fantastic time. It is. I think for you, being able to speak your truth, being able to see the best in others is going to make this month of May very merry. The merry month of May for 3. Your shadow sides is judging the others and the self very harshly. Unable to speak your truth, which leads to being gossipy or exaggerating or being very pessimistic. So that's all, like, we need to understand, and I say this to everyone, I really do. We need to understand how to acknowledge our shadow sides and like work with them and just say, okay, I understand. I'm starting to feel like I can't speak my truth. I'm starting to judge myself very harshly. And when that starts bubbling over, I'm going to start judging everybody around me very harshly. Acknowledge it. Look at it and go, okay, what's triggering this? Why am I feeling this way? And then say, okay, let me assess this. Let me go and try and fix it. It's the best way to go, really. Especially during your life path, because it's full of family ups and downs. So, things that you have to just like, okay, I'm going to compromise here. Yeah. Just a reminder, and I remind anybody who's in a 3-month, a 3 life path, or if we're in a 3-year, freedom of thoughts and speech should not cause injury to others. Just FYI. All right. Let's see what kind of advice cards we get for you today, Life Path 3. It's good. I mean, I don't hate 8 times. I don't hate 8 months or 8 years. Last year was a little bit of a doozy. I'll say 2024 was just a little bit of a doozy. But it really wasn't, when we look back at it, it really wasn't a horrible year. I took 5 months off of my channel, which never a good thing on YouTube, but I needed to reset. I just needed to figure some stuff out, and I think it was a good time for me to do it in an 8-year. I was setting an example of self-empowerment for others. Ooh, okay, now I love this card and I mispronounce it all the time. Skemet, I think I'm saying that right. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. I should have put my glasses on before I read this. Your strength assures a happy outcome. I love it. Yes! I know. I try really hard to be positive. I know. I've been called a lot of names like Pollyanna and just, oh my gosh, tell me the truth. But there's nothing wrong with being positive, is there? I mean, you're cheerful, so be positive. Oh, new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. We have a full moon in Scorpio coming up in May, so that's good. All right, now I have a hard time getting my glasses on over the headband. Okie dokie. New moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix, this rising from the ashes. Oh, I love that. As the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. And Pluto equals Scorpio, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Pluto's going retrograde in May. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It most certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. Hello. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. I like that. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is a sign that likes to go deep into the body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Have some sexy time. And you know what? I love it that this is an 8-month for you. It's a time of abundance with this. Work through your fears. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 3. Don't forget to check out my live show every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And until we see each other again, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful May and get out there and make your magic. Bye.